This is the most important decision you'll make in your life. This one decision will impact your finances, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, spiritual well-being, just about anything and everything in your life. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So let's go ahead and get into this video. But really quickly, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you gain any value from this content or if you find it informational or entertaining. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So the one I'm talking about is your partner, your wife, your spouse, whatever you want to call it, your partner. Choosing the right partner is so important, guys, because if you do not choose the right partner, it's going to be a battleground. Your relationship should not be a battleground. It should not be a push and pull all the time. You should be focused towards one goal. What is that one goal? Both of you understand where you are headed, how you're going to get there. That's going to be super important. Also, it's going to reduce the amount of arguments you have over money. Majority of arguments encompass some form of cash money, how it's being spent, etc. If you draw out the baseline, hey, this is what we want to do in 5 years, 2 years, in a year, whatever, If we are both working towards that goal, we understand what we are doing, how we're going to get there, and the actions we need to take to get there together. If you say I'm the saver, right? Say I'm the one that's saving my money, investing my money, but my partner is the spender. Say she's out there purchasing, $1,000 handbags, buying new vehicles, just things that aren't really necessary, right? Things that aren't necessities and they're overspent on. That's gonna create some conflict between us because now, hey, I'm over here working my ass off to invest my money or to save it, but then she's over here just, blowing it away, right? That's going to create conflict. That's going to create some resistance between me and her. Now we're going to be consistently arguing about, hey, I don't agree with how you're spending your money. Hey, stop butting in my life, or let me spend my money how I want, right? Or if you have joint accounts, it's going to create an even bigger problem, right? Now who's spending what money? So that's just going to help reduce the mental fatigue it's going to place in your relationship or in your life. Because believe it or not, when you are constantly thinking, she's over here spending so much money on crap that we don't need, that's taking up mental real estate. That's bogging me down. That's mental real estate that could be used to focus on something else that is of more higher priority that would get us towards our goals. Instead of taking up that mental real estate, worrying about, here she goes again, she spent another $1,000 on her purse. Again, it's just wasted mental space on things that aren't necessary. Now, on the other end of this, if you choose the right partner, you're going to hit your goals way faster. Or together, you will hit y'all's goals way faster. If y'all are both working together in congruency towards one similar goal, you're going to get there so much faster than you would by yourself. There's a lot of instances that I can give you to where it helps to have a good partner. For example, I will talk about our business, Geodomes of South Texas. If anyone is interested in checking this out, I'll leave it down below in the description. But it takes a lot to get something like that up and off the ground and running. But when you have two minds consistently working and focusing on one goal, it makes it so much easier, guys. So much easier whenever y'all are both putting in the effort and the work and the time to grow the business. So for like us, it's content creation. She has her days, I have my days. When we're out here, we also have people that help us out as far as like cleaning ladies and all of that. But for other stuff, we have separate jobs. She has her jobs, which she manages and takes care of. I have my jobs that I manage and take care of. We don't ever overlap unless the other person asks, hey, could you help me with, X, Y, and Z? Same thing with me. If I'm like, hey, could you give me a hand on X, Y, and Z? That way we're not, overlapping and overstepping our boundaries. We try to keep those boundaries between us when we're working. Obviously, it's worked out better. There was more problems when we were just starting doing this together. We were overlapping and I wouldn't say arguing, but definitely aggressively discussing things that were of not great importance as things that we could have minimized the discussions with. So that's how we come up with that kind of system to help us to, one, it just help our relationship, right? Just to not be, I don't want to say arguing, but for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say arguing, right? That way we aren't arguing about business stuff or money stuff. Two, it overall just helped their relationship. We're just in a better mental state. Now we're looking forward to seeing each other because now we know it's not going to be an argument. We know we're fine. Everyone's good. We have our task. We don't overlap unless the other person asks. It really helps to have those boundaries. And there's small little tasks that I will do without her asking, but I know it's not going to be an interference with her. And she does the same thing as well. Say whatever, she's going to go wash a towel or something, and she'll put it in the washer. And I'm just happen to be walking by the washer. I hear it go off. It's ready to go in the dryer. Instead of her having to walk over there and take care of it, I'll move it over. And, it saves both of us time. I was already there. She doesn't have to walk over there. Little things like that I will do. But when it comes to like the bigger stuff, she handles whatever she needs to handle. Same thing with me. Some of the bigger stuff I'll handle. She'll take care of some of the little stuff without even asking and coming over into my lane. But she knows whenever, what's the extent we can go into each other's lane without getting in the way. Because believe it or not, guys, everyone has something that they are good at. Maybe you just haven't found what you're good at yet. But if you can find each other's strengths and weaknesses, you can really delegate the task to where that person excels at. For instance, with me and her, she is very creative. She will come up with some cool designs. She doesn't know how to use the tools to get it created or to make it, but I do. So my strength is I'm the laborer. I know how to build things. I know how to do things like that. So she will design it. I will build it. Together we build it up together. And now we have some really cool, unique things to do. Now, again, looking back, I've seen some friends who have just chosen the wrong partners. And they were, I wouldn't say super high income earners, but they were making some decent money. But the women were not really on the same trajectory and on the same path as them. So what ended up happening is they would overspend, putting him or her into more debt. And now it just became a whole problem. Now you have marriage issues, you have financial issues, you have children issues. Everything just gets compounded and it becomes just a big circle of problems. So choosing the right partner, laying out the right groundwork to where, everyone understands this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to get there, and this is what we need to do. And again, guys, as men, we want to be the controller all the time, which is, for the most part, I would say about 85% of the time, usually I am. But you have to understand, again, your strengths and weaknesses. For me, I know what I am really strong at, and I know without even question, without asking, I know, okay, I need to take the wheel on this one. On this decision, I'm taking the wheel because I know more about X, Y, and Z. But whenever there's something that maybe she may know more about, I back off and I let her take the wheel. Hey, you know more about situation X, Y, and Z. You take the wheel. I'll just follow and I'll guide and I'll be your right-hand man. She's the same way for me. Whenever something comes up to where I know more about and I'm pretty confident taking the wheel, I'll take the wheel and we run with it. She's my right-hand man. We have each other's back and we go. A lot of you might be asking, well, how do you choose that right partner? Well, that's a hard question to answer. So just having conversations with that person, seeing where their mindset is at, seeing how they react to situations. Are they overreactive? Do they not understand finances? Financial literacy is going to be huge in a relationship, guys. It's really important. It's something that they don't teach us in school. But it's hard to gauge it, especially early on in the relationship. For instance, for us, neither one of us were really there in financial literacy. We didn't really understand it. And then I kind of got on the financial literacy train first. And then she was stuck behind me. I was like, huh. So there was a battle there between us because now I wanted to do this and she didn't want to. So it became a little bit of a little battlefield there for a little while. But slowly I started making the moves. Then she started seeing the results. So then she started she started slowly coming on board. And now we're fully invested into what we were doing together. But sometimes it does take one person, pushing the boundaries, getting out there, doing what needs to get done, provide results, visual results for people to see. because it's hard for people to understand what you're trying to accomplish if you don't have results and if you don't have anything to actually show. Again, I'll give you a quick another example. I was telling people all the time, I'm going to retire early. I'm going to retire early. I'm going to leave my job, this and that. Well, no one ever really took me seriously until I finally did it. When I finally did it, they were like, oh shit, 20-something years old, he left his job. Crazy, right? But no one takes you seriously until you show and prove yourself or have done some actions that justify what you're saying. So in this case, sometimes it does take somebody kind of venturing out and bringing back some results to show that person like, hey, it's working. Do you want to join me? Let's do this together. So that's the best way I can explain it, guys. There's no clear roadmap to how to choose that person. You have to use your best judgment. It's like I said, neither one of us were there when we first met each other. But slowly I got to the point where I was like, okay, I understood a little bit more about finances, then slowly brought her along with me as well. And it may be reverse roles for you guys, for any women who are watching this as well. You may be the other way around. You may get there before him, but you need to bring in the results to show him that, hey, it's working, do you want to join me? And that's when I guess you have to make the decision whether you want to stay with that person, whether you want to work things out, whether you want to continue. Because it's going to be hard to do that if you don't have that person backing you in your corner. If you have that person working against you, and you're trying to work here and this one's pulling you down, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. Because, again, it's not easy. But hopefully you can bring them along, and hopefully you use your best judgment and gauge things correctly. Without further ado, guys, appreciate you guys watching. If you gained any value from this, definitely should consider subscribing. Without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.